What's up? Big Herc916. Never settle for average. Got that merch. Go pick you up a hat, t-shirt, tank top, limited edition, and I'm going to switch up the colors, man. So pick you one up, BigHerc916.com. And this video is brought to you by Muscle Up Detail Spray. The only detail spray I use on my whips. Had to have your car looking really wet, really nice in between your washes. And yeah, you can use on ceramic coat, any type of wrap, anything external on the car you can use it on. So, you know I've been going hard on you simps out there, and a lot of you guys feel some kind of way, but I know you can't help it, man, because you didn't have the proper male role model in your life. And not having that father figure is very important in the development of a man when you talk about building character and knowing what it takes to be a protector, be a provider, be a leader, be someone who handles business and is confident in his actions, knowing what you should do in certain situations, what you shouldn't do, how to communicate. A lot of these things a father needs to teach you, or some positive male role model. A lot of single mothers have did a great job raising their young men, but regardless, you need a man. I'm not gonna say anything other than you need a stern male figure to teach you how to be somebody who's gonna be a leader in the household. Otherwise, you're gonna be on some little bitch time, and you're not gonna know how to make critical decisions. You're not gonna know how to take care of things in stressful situations. You're going to be emotional. You're not going to be able to have any backbone as far as when it comes up to standing up for yourself. And the lack of father figures, the lack of male role models is one of the reasons why we have a lot of these kids who decide to go, shoot something up, or pull out a knife or a gun, because they never learn that when you get hit upside the face for running your mouth, when you get slapped for talking sideways, that's a part of growing up. You don't go and steal your dad's gun or go get a gun and then start just shooting up. No, you take that ass whooping and you look at the lesson from that, and you say, okay, I'm not going to do that the next time. And the next time I'll either keep my mouth shut, or I won't talk out the side of my lip, or I'll just mind my business. And that goes all the way around the board, man. As far as, just the internet trolls, a lot of these guys, keyboard warriors, these individuals who have no machismo, and it's not about, I'm not talking about just beating people up. I'm talking about just having some damn character about yourself, man, as far as your stand-up game when it comes to being able to respond to somebody who doesn't agree with you without acting like a little bitch. See, back in the day, the purpose of the male: hunt, protect, provide. The woman was to, nurture and coddle, and and make sure the kids were felt like they were, protect, love, got that motherly love. Fatherly love was there too, but fatherly love was tougher. See, fatherly love back in the day, if he didn't teach you things with a stern discipline action, you could lose your life. You might go get ate by a bear. You might get mangled by a lion. You might get ran over by a goddamn elephant, because it was savagery. You know, if you didn't know how to wield the sword, you come time for war, you were getting slaughtered. You wouldn't make it. So there was a lot of skill sets that applied. Now everybody's like, oh, you always talking about the old stuff. Well, even today, a lot of you sucker ass, tampon ass, weak-minded, non-wanting to listen and actually recognize a G trying to lace you up. It's the same thing applies, man. You sometimes, yeah, you're not always right. Yeah, you might have deserved to get spanked by your dad. Yeah, you might have needed a chin check because you were out of pocket. But that's a part of the game, man. That's a part of being disciplined. And then you know that there's a life lesson behind that. You know, when you get that whooping or when you get that stern licking, it teaches you something. Now you can't even touch a kid. They're going to call the cops. They report you to child services. You know, you're getting abused. I remember seeing my homie, you know, he did something. I can't remember what it was, but his dad took him right in the backyard in front of me, took the belt off, whooped his ass, went in the house, put the belt back on. Me and my homeboy, we continued playing. We went out front, you know, that was that. He got a whooping for messing up, and that was that. And that's how it went down on a lot of the military bases. You know what I mean? That's how it was handled. But I see kids now, man, talking shit to their parents, disrespectful, no courtesy for the elders, no mannerism. And it's disgusting, man. It's really horrible that this is what it's come down to. And it all falls back on the household and parenting. See, the destruction of the household is the core of everything in society. When you have just straight household anarchy, where there's no right or wrong, where there's no rules enforced, where there's no agenda, then things are out of control. It's just like you have no structure. It's just everything's all bad. That's why you have a lot of people now. When you look at it, it's like, you know, kids, they don't want to follow rules. A lot of people, oh man, I just, you know, I don't care if I, you know, do drugs in the middle of the street. I don't care if I run around naked. I don't want to do anything. You can't tell me what to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's how they feel. And it's like, dude, if you live in a civilized society, you got to follow rules, man. You can't run around, having sex in public in front of everybody, you know, eating butt, you know, tickling the taint, whatever you're doing out there. You can't pee and poop in front of somebody's house. You can't sit up and start sleeping on somebody's driveway because you felt that you were tired. It doesn't work like that, man. And that's the problem. And this is just progressive leading up to this. Because I've seen a lot of these people, they didn't come from maybe bad households, but they got out here and they just figure they don't care and society owes them. And now they're going to do drugs. They're going to poop on a sidewalk. They're going to shower wherever they can use somebody, you know, public bathroom, and they don't care. They're going to harass, beg, do whatever, and it's all justified. Well, it's not justified, and it goes back, like I said, is we go back and we structure and tighten up the household. Fathers be fathers. We can see some ripple effects coming back into order so that we can have some young hogs out there, some young silverbacks. And you can still be smart, creative, you know, successful. You ain't got to be no simp. You ain't got to be no cornball. I mean, you know, you could be intellectual and still, you know, represent. But I know you simps need help. So I'm here to help you, man. I know, you know, I'm probably the closest thing to a male role model you've had. And I've been there, done that. And I don't brag about, oh man, you know, I do talk about some stuff that I've done, but to live and have been there, I'm talking from firsthand experience. I'm not going to sell you no bullshit. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. I'm not going to tell you something that I made up. If I tell you something, it's some real shit. And, I just see the decline. But I know there's a couple of you guys out there who are going to get it and who are going to like be the ones to rise up and raise your kids the right way so that your kid has a fighting chance and that you can, you know, get them to adulthood so that they can make conscious choices that are beneficial for themselves. And that's the thing, man. like I said, there's a lot of variables in there, and I never want to go to prison. I never want to be a guy in and out of jail as a youngster. And I just kept wondering why I kept making these horrible mistakes. I didn't have nobody male to talk to. I didn't have nobody to confide in. Sometimes, man, I was scared to death, man. I'm not gonna be honest with you. 18 years old, going to school, taking my tests and studying. In my first semester of college, man, I was just going, but I didn't have no idea what the future held for me, man. I was just living. I felt really like out of place, man. I didn't know where I fit in for a long time, man. And, it wasn't until I got a mentor that made me feel, like, hey, man, I am somebody, and it instilled confidence in me. So I know what it's like, man. I sympathize with some of you guys because I know it's rough. The ones who had dads, I know some of them dads still haven't handled their business, but at the end of the day, man, you got to take responsibility. And if you're watching this video, it's an opportunity for you to take responsibility and be that young silverback. Big Herc916.
Hello, I'm Big Herc916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.